present to you all. So before we get into the cooking part of the demo, I just want to introduce a little bit about brain health within our vicinity. So, brain health, neurological disparities, and nutrition. What the neighborhood data shows. In our neighborhood, it is part of the UHF neighborhoods in Brooklyn, which says 30% of the adults are diagnosed with diabetes, 22% hypertension, and 28% obesity. These conditions matter for brain health because they raise the risk of stroke and can also affect long-term cognitive health through vascular damage over time. As reported, supermarkets to bodega ratio a 1 to 21. What that means is one supermarket to 21 bodegas, showing that healthier full-service food options may be less available than small stores with more limited choices. Foodscape data found that 25% of residents consume no fruits or vegetables in a day. The highest share of UHF neighborhoods at that time was 64% consume only 1 to 4 servings per day, below the citywide figure of 77%. Are you guys understanding this? I'll explain to you what UHF means shortly. Brooklyn research also found that residents is limited to low food access neighborhoods were most valuable to higher sugary drink intake, which is important because high intake of sugar sweetened beverages is tied to worse diabolic health that can worsen neurological risk. Nutrition cannot erase structural inequalities, but it can reduce several major drivers of neurological disease by helping to improve blood pressure, blood sugar, cholesterol, inflammation, and body weight. A practical neighborhood brain health food pattern includes vegetables, fruit, beans, lentil, oats, brown rice, nuts, seed, fish when desired, and low sodium meals while cutting back on sugary drinks, ultra-processed snacks, and excessive salt. So back to that acronym of UHF. You guys with me?
Yes.
UHF neighborhoods means United Hospital Fund Neighborhood. Refers to a geographic breakdown of New York City into 42 areas based on group zip code, which is one that we are in now. And it's created by the research of the New York City Department of Health and United Hospital Fund. They are primarily used to analyze community health data and trends, often representing similar areas to city community districts. This was designed in 1980 for analyzing community health data. So that's something we could dive into deeper at another time, but it's good information. So I would like to introduce Danielle Medina. She is our speaker today. Danielle Medina is the founder of Fit and Play Mama LLC and is a certified food for life nutrition and culinary educator with over 20 years of experience integrating PS in nutrition while expertise in yoga and corrective exercise. She bridges the gap between nutrition science, mindful movement, and emotional well-being. Clinical partnerships with co-created a culinary medicine program at the New York Presbyterian Columbia University Medical Center and serves as a lifestyle mentor for New York City Health and Hospitals. Plant-based lifestyle jumpstart program. She is also community impact as a program manager at Active Brand and Kindness. In Brooklyn, she leads nutrition initiatives for individuals with neurological disparities in underserved communities. Innovation. creator of the Cook and Place Summer Camp for children and producers of the Healthy Living Starts Here video series, currently used in healthcare waiting rooms to promote wellness education. Lastly, advocacy, dedicated to using whole foods, plant-based nutrition, and nervous system regulation to combat chronic disease and health issues. I welcome you, Daniel.
I am a native New Yorker, born and raised in Brooklyn, and have the New York experience of going to different neighborhoods and seeing what certain neighborhoods have and certain neighborhoods that do not have. And what I realized through all of my studies is that one of the most important things that keep us healthy, thriving, and moving forward in our lives is nutrition. It all comes down into that. If you have food insecurity, if you are someone who is suffering or knows someone who's suffering from chronic illnesses and diseases, a lot of them, what we're seeing is research is talking about that this is interrelated to lifestyle habits. And we want to be able to provide the education to the populations that need it the most, because these are the populations so important because they are literally moving forward in this initiative, especially with neurological disparities. I do have a slide presentation that I'm going to talk you through, so we're going to dive deeper into what nutrition is about. Specifically, plant-based nutrition is what I focus on. And my presentation today is called The Simple Good, Preparing Nourishment, Hands-on Cooking Techniques. And Asha just gave you a brief introduction of me, so I'm just going to go right past that. So what we know about neurological disparities is that it affects the brain and how we learn, how we focus, and how we behave. And what is most important is the nutrition that is fueling the brain, right? Because every time when I am thinking about the foods that I'm going to choose, they affect my body. Because I've changed my diet dramatically from when I was a child, and I'm going to give you a little bit of background of what inspired me to move into this journey. I was a child that suffered from tons of gastrointestinal issues. Sometimes I couldn't go to the bathroom, and sometimes I would have diarrhea. So my parents, my loving parents, did what they thought was right. So if I couldn't go to the bathroom, they'd give me prune juice. If I couldn't stop going to the bathroom, they'd give me Imodium AD. And it solved the problem for a little bit, but then fast forward now into my teenager years, I had terrible acne, so painful that I needed to go on medication. And this was a very powerful medication that I had to get my liver checked at least once a month. And there were side effects, and I experienced those side effects. So although it cleared my skin up for maybe a month or two, it went right back after I was off of it. So I thought, there's got to be a solution to this other than having medication solve this. I looked at what foods I was eating and decided to dive deep into that. I wanted to learn more, so I studied in college food science and nutrition, and that's my journey. I started to learn more, and I started to research more, and I started to, even in my adulthood, I started to learn that there were certain foods that were triggering these things in my body, and foods that were healing it. Now, I can't really always say healing, but improving, right? So I wanted to improve my body. And so I started to shift more to a plant-based diet. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about that. So what is a plant-based diet? Well, a plant-based diet, if you look here in the diagram, is 4 food groups. We focus on fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and legumes. So legumes are mostly know is, and according to the Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine, I'm actually certified as a Food for Life instructor through this nonprofit. We know that these helpful foods actually help you to live longer, shed excess weight, and cut your risk of heart disease, diabetes, and high blood pressure. That's huge. Just shifting your diet can actually make these improvements in your health. I learned how to create my plate to be not only healthy, but delicious. Because I know for myself, I don't want to eat bland food. I don't want to eat food that I don't really like. And I want to keep the flavors that I liked as growing up. Fast forward, I started to create different types of recipes, and then I started to share them, and I started to teach people how to make these recipes, which we're going to do later on today, so you will definitely get a taste. Now, these are the foods that you really want to crowd your plate with. I have this terminology that I call decluttering your plate. I'm actually going to be doing a TEDx talk in 2 weeks about this, so I'm really excited to share this on a main stage about my health journey. And what happened for me was that my plate was crowded with ultra-processed foods. So that was lots of sugar, fat, and salt. I was highly addicted to these foods because there's a receptor in all of our brains that it literally turns on that pleasure trap in our brains. And it's almost like you can compare it to being addicted to cocaine, right? These foods are that highly addictive. So we want to eliminate lots of those processed foods and excess saturated fat, which does happen to be in a lot of the meat, dairy, and the eggs that we're eating. So not saying to not eat these foods, but if you're looking to add more of these foods, highly recommend that your plate is going to look more like this and a more abundant of plant-based foods. So there's a problem. What we know is that, especially youth, have not much access to fresh foods, and they don't have the life skill of how to cook. And unfortunately, there's fast food, there's convenience stores, there's bodegas, and there's not enough time, unfortunately. We're busy, we have school responsibilities, parents, you're working, you have to take care of your children. So what do? Well, first, what we want to do is take one step at a time, and it's, I would say, look at what you're doing currently right now. So if you have a lot of processed foods currently in, say, your refrigerator and pantry, start thinking about buying less of them and less sugary drinks. This is going to lead to simple life changes, and you will notice that. So we're using, when we're thinking about, okay, if I need to go to the store, instead of getting that donut, let's see, maybe we can grab some fruit, fresh fruit. I love fresh fruit because it's naturally sweet, it's packed with nutrients, it has lots of antioxidants, it's good for your body, it's good for your skin. I'm always about skin health, right? I want to look good, right? We all want to look good. So it's all about like the foods that are actually going to improve all of those health issues that we are experiencing. So what we're finding now is, and this is from the American Heart Association, that the risk of childhood obesity is increasing every single year. Type 2 diabetes, hypertension. So it's not, that is no longer an adult condition. Children are now experiencing this. They're experiencing high cholesterol. What we know is that diet is the key driver. These are lifestyle habits that can be changed. And what you do is, your taste buds will start to, if you are eating, if you want to start eating healthier, your taste buds are going to say, not enough sugar. good as this, right? You gotta know that it's going to change. I'm living proof that it has changed. I was a sugar addict, loved sugar. I couldn't get enough sugar. The vending machines at school, what did I do? I would snack on those cookies, snack on those cakes, and whatever it was. And that I know I cannot do anymore because it was literally making me so sick inside. I now know that I can choose things like healthy fruits or things that are not so highly processed. Those foods now are actually helping me to overcome that addiction that I had. And I no longer crave those foods. I don't have that I need to have this food anymore. I no longer feel that way. Hands-on cooking matters. It is a life skill. It is a major life skill. If you don't know how to cook, you rely on fast food. You rely on the cafeteria. You rely on wherever you are. It's okay to, every once in a while, go out to eat. That's fine. But on a normal daily basis, you need to know the basic skills of how to cook. I didn't actually start cooking until I was probably in my early 20s. And even then, I made basic foods, pasta, toast, some eggs and toast. And then it got boring. It got pretty boring. And I wanted to change that. So what I did is I took a culinary education program, and I was able to learn the proper way to hold a knife, the proper way to cut my vegetables, my fruits, and whatever I was cooking. I learned how to time things right so they wouldn't burn. These are very important skills. And it's easy when you are just starting off very simple, right? So we're going to talk about just simple recipes that you can do. So you want to improve your food choices. Like I said, if you're not buying that food, you're less likely to have it, right? Out of sight, out of mind kind of thing. So think about when you're going to the grocery store, try to choose the foods that you know they're going to be home and you're going to be like, I'm going to have to eat this food. Otherwise, it's going to probably go bad. And then you're going to increase your confidence. This is for us parents, but also for children. I have a 10-year-old daughter who's been cooking with me since she was, since she was a baby, like 2 years old. I got these kid-friendly knives. I got her a little cutting board, and she would go in the kitchen with me and just cut simple things. If it got a little messy, it was okay. We cleaned it up. But now she is confident enough at 10 to make pretty simple meals. That's a life skill. She knows, and she knows what foods are going to make her feel good. Yes. She knows what foods are going to make her feel not so good. If we go to a birthday party, because normally we don't do a lot of sugar, if she goes to a birthday party and she does have the cake, she will let me know afterwards that that was really sugary. That was a really sugary cake. I liked it, but it was very sugary. That's her body reset. That's literally her reset. She knows that she can't go further than one piece of cake. Or if anything, she may not even eat the whole thing. So children are very malleable. They can change easily. And the way that you do that is give them confidence. Confidence is the key to change. If they feel and they know that they can make something, they're going to be less likely to try the other foods. So we really want to build that life skill. We should have cooking classes as part of education. Here comes the simple tips for families. So for me, what I did a lot of times, like when I was starting to remove meat out of my diet, I looked for beans. I love beans. Anybody here love rice and beans? say, well, where do you get your protein from? Plenty in beans. There's plenty in beans. I do a lot of tofu dishes, and I make them super flavorful. My husband is also about 95% plant-based, and he enjoys my food. He's Dominican, so he knows flavor very well. He knows flavor. So if I didn't flavor it correctly, he wasn't going to eat it. So he does enjoy the food as well. Choose frozen vegetables. So we don't always have to buy fresh fruits, right? Sometimes fresh fruits go bad if you don't use them fast right? So what you do is just put it in one of the Ziploc bags, put it right into the freezer, or buy frozen fruit, right? You don't have to always buy fresh. And by the way, it doesn't take away from the nutrients. You're still going to get tons of nutrients from frozen food. I recommend that you cook at least once or twice a week if you're not, right? So you want to, or this actually says cook once, eat twice. So if you're going to cook once, cook a major meal. Say like whatever day that you're available, whether it's like a Sunday or any off day, cook a big pot so that you can eat and save. Save the rest for the rest of the week. If you are putting it in the freezer, it goes longer actually. You can have it for weeks, right? You don't have to eat it right away. Try one new veggie per week. This is actually really fun if you make it a game with your children. You go to the grocery store, shop around the perimeter, right? First, you want to make sure that you go into the fresh fruits if you want, or frozen. And then you say to your child, we're going to try a new vegetable. We're going to try a new fruit this week. What would you like? Let's pick a color. Let's pick a red color. Which one do you want to do? Go on the internet. There's plenty of recipes out there that are just plant-based recipes that are flavorful and very easy to make. So highly recommend that you can do this with your kids to get them involved. So for students, for children, and you, we want to look at the plate, and I'm going to use this as a prop. It's a big plate, right? So we want to cut it, right? You can cut it in fours like we did in the beginning. Now, this is from Canada. They are really way ahead of us on the food guide. What Canada is doing right now is that half of the plate is filled with, and it says, have plenty of vegetables and fruits. That's half of the plate. Then a quarter of the plate is eat protein foods. They have tons of different choices. They have tofu, they have beans, they have legumes, they have an egg here, they have a little bit of meat. And so they're saying, choose any of these foods. And then here, the last quarter is a whole grain. So you have your pasta, brown rice, this looks like some quinoa, a little bit of bread. Don't be afraid as long as it's whole grain. When we say, let's not have too much carbs, we're actually talking about is the simple carbohydrates. So it's complex carbohydrates are these. Simple carbohydrates are white rice, what is it? White potato, if you have too much, not so great, but yes, it can be. Also, white bread, right? White bread, lots of like muffins, cookies, like those are more of the simple carbohydrates. That's what we want to have less of in our diet. They also have drink more water. I have my water right here. I carry this water bottle with me everywhere I go. Why? Well, one, I'm always thirsty, especially when it's hot like this. Two, I don't have the desire then to go out and get soda or soft drinks or any kind of fruit juices because those are high in sugar. And we don't want that to spike our blood sugar glucose levels. We're going to have pure water. And if you are tired, like we don't want to just have plain water. And you can also squeeze a lemon, lime, put some fresh fruit in it as well. It infuses the water and makes it taste very nice. And then once again, try simple meals. Eating more plants improves focus and energy. I'm here to tell you that is true. That is very true. As soon as I changed my diet, I felt like I had so much energy. It was pretty amazing to see that in a month. Within a month, I had so much energy. It supports brain health. You have your thoughts are clearer. You're able to retain more, and also it's actually physically good for your brain. It's supporting all of the nutrients are going to your brain. Your brain needs that food to be at its optimal health. And then of course, it's going to reduce your chronic disease risk. There's plenty of studies that they have now that talk about these plant-forward diets, and people go through these studies and they find out that they have improved not only their health, but they improved other things too where they didn't even think that it would happen. But it's overall, you're going to have a positive reaction. Brain, your heart health as well is huge. There was a study that was done, I think it was in the 90s, and they had these test subjects that had formed cholesterol in their heart, and they went on a plant-based diet, and then what happened was the artery started to clog because of just the change of what they were. So we're going to do a food demo. That'll be upstairs, and it's going to be, we're going to be making a strawberry shortcake chia seed pudding. Has anyone ever tried chia seeds before? Okay. Great. We're going to talk about the health benefits of chia seeds. And we're going to talk about why this recipe actually helps with all the things that we're talking about. Well, one is actually super easy to make, so I like that. Two, it's high in fiber. That's another little statistic that Americans are getting, we're supposed to be getting around 30 grams of fiber per day. And we're getting about 15, so definitely not good. Not good at all. What does fiber do? It helps to clean out the digestive system. It literally is like two brushes. Think of brushes like going down your digestive tract and going. I just got my car washed today, and it was like they were like really cleaning. That's exactly like think of that image. They're cleaning the wheel, they're cleaning the top, the bottom, they're vacuuming. That's exactly what fiber is doing in your body. It supports again brain health, and it's easy to make at home. You can get these ingredients at the store and just easily whip it up. And there's a call to action here, right? We want you to, after you leave, we want to talk about some of the things that you're going to do, right? You're going to definitely do this because it's important to hear. So to me, that's saying you want to learn more and you really want to be able to have some tools to continue this. So we're going to try the new recipe, which you're going to get. You're going to take this home. So you can try this, or you can try any share what you learned. That's a key thing. Share what you learned because it's all about spreading the word, right? Oh, I took this workshop today. It's about plant-based eating and how it helps to improve your brain health. It helps improve chronic diseases and diabetes, heart disease. It clears your skin up. It's pretty cool. I think I want to try this. You want to try it with me? So that's how we get the word out more. Oh, this is a survey. This is actually, we'll share this with you. If you can get your phones out and just do a quick, this is just some feedback on our presentation. You will be getting, I think Asha has a gift, yes.
So, the gift is based upon a question that Ms. Daniel is going to be asking, and we ask everyone to pay attention, so whoever answers the question is going to get that gift. Yeah, so everything that Ms. Daniel just said, we have in here on an info sheet that every one of you are going to be getting. In this info sheet, it has everything that all of the ingredients support in your brain. Right? So it's very imperative everyone take one of these. So we're going to have
Yes, I think, yes, question.
Can you explain what is neurological disparity?
Asha, do you want to talk more about that?
So, neurological disparities, we read this to you guys, and I'll give you what neurological disparities is basically a lack of. So, in neighborhoods where there is a lack of fresh fruits and vegetables, opposed to other neighborhoods where there is fruits and vegetables available, where there is healthcare, better healthcare, that in itself is referred as the neurological disparity. And why we connect neurological disparity with food and nutrition is because food and nutrition helps in neurological disparities. For example, let's use diabetes. Diabetes in itself is not a neurological disparity, but it triggers certain aspects of your brain to do different things within your body, right? So if you are educated in how you eat, what you eat, where you exercise and stuff, this can help reduce the fact that there is a neurological disparities happening within yourself. So I urge you to take one of this, scan this code, and in this website, under there, in one of the links, it's called Watch and Learn. We have a lot of 2-minute videos, and in those 2-minute videos, it talks about neurological disparities in our neighborhood. It talks about food and what it does to your brain. It talks about olive oil, blueberries, chia seeds, all the fibers, all the carbohydrates. It talks about gluten and how it affects you as a diabetic. You know, so I really urge everyone to scan the code and go into the site and educate yourself and ask questions. Thank you for that.
Does anyone else have any questions? Or any, do you find that this can be challenging? And oat milk, this is really nice because it is creamy, so it still gives that creamy texture. Also the flavor is very nice. Oats are very mild, it's a mild flavor. I tend to go between soy and the almond milk, right? But for just food allergies, anybody have food allergies in here? You have peanut? Okay, so there's no peanuts. You just make sure, it should say here.
Sometimes it said they have a pass to a machine that will have peanuts, so it's not to be very
Processed, yes, it's processed and packaged in a plant stamp on top. So I think I don't see anything that says yeah. Okay. We have oats, right? So we're gonna go down the list. We have our unsweetened plant-based milk. we have chia seeds. So these are the chia seeds. I know some of you have never had chia seeds before. Well, you have a handout right here. It says that chia seeds are rich in its ALA, which is actually an omega-3 fatty acid, and it's linked to the neuronal membrane integrity. So I'm not gonna read all those big words, but ideally what it does is that it takes down inflammation in the brain. So yeah, who was talking about I don't see the
She left.
She left. Oh, okay. Because we were talking about brain, right? So this is really great. Chia seeds, you can find them. They're starting to pop up in a lot of different stores. I would say if you can't find it, what your next substitute would be oats. Okay, because oats are still, and it says here they're rich in vitamin B12. They are a great food to have when you are thinking about fiber, like increasing the fiber, keeps your
oatmeal.
Oh,
Yep.
perfect. There you go. Yes.
Flaxseed.
Yeah.
Oh, flaxseed, yes.
Make some
So
good oatmeal.
there's a couple of substitutes for chia seeds. Like I said, there's oats, flax seeds, right? And if you want to ground them, so ideally you want to buy ground, but if it's a whole flax seed, you just put it, if you have a blender, that's the best thing to do. Just put it right in the blender and it'll break it up, okay? The next recipe ingredient we have are the bananas. They're rich in potassium and they help the brain to produce serotonin, dopamine, so these are all things that help you feel good.
Amazing.
And yes, exactly.
It's the happy drug in your
Happy,
brain.
yes.
Do you understand?
Yes.
I do.
Yeah. Yes. Strawberries. I'm gonna actually wash these strawberries. Strawberries, we can't get enough of strawberries. I love strawberries. My daughter loves strawberries. We buy them all the time. They are filled with antioxidants.
They are actually access to a lot of stuff. Strawberries, even for your teeth.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, we're just focusing on brain, right? On the brain health, but it's everything.
It's everything.
It's everything. And
because I use, so that's what I'm saying.
now, if you said, you know what, I don't really want strawberries, I'd rather do another berry. Blueberries, again, high in antioxidants.
That's another excellent.
I think those are one of the foods that they say blueberries you should probably have like almost every day.
Yeah, they throw blueberries up in the air a lot.
So-
Raspberries too.
Raspberries.
Any type of berry, like the
Any
wolf
type.
in the berry family is really good for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. The next ingredient that we have, let me see, checking out my list again. So we have that. We have granola.
Vanilla.
Okay, granola pretty much is based with oats, right? You have, and they are sweetened, like this one is naturally sweetened with some honey, right? Where it gives it flavor. It has a little bit of vanilla, it has a little bit of, so this has sunflower seeds and flax seeds. Are you okay with sunflower seeds? Okay, yeah. And it actually says you can enjoy it in pancakes, ice cream, salads, yogurt.
It tastes good in yogurt.
So good.
Yes.
So we top this off. Yeah, we
I
top it
never
off.
did that. You know what? You right. You right.
Yeah.
You
That's
right.
what, it's sweeter.
Yep, that part, that's what I
It's
had to
not
say. You
good for
right.
you, but yeah.
Yes, yes. Okay, and that's it. Oh, and then we have, it's actually almond extract, but it's okay, we're gonna add, we could do vanilla or almond extract, which they're gonna give it a little extra kick, a little bit, it's gonna make it more of like a dessert. So I love that because, you know, for me, I'm always looking for that dessert. Like I told you, I used to be very addicted to sugar. So looking at these natural products, I know that I'm doing my body good when I'm eating this. I'm not, yeah. Yes, yes. Okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna mix up the milk, the banana, and the chia seeds, and a little bit of the almond extract into our blender. Now it says here, I'm gonna make sure that I have enough. I'm gonna actually do 2 bananas. I think I'm gonna double the recipe here so that we all have enough. We have, oops, pick that up in a second. Okay, and then we're going to add, so we said the banana, the chia seeds, which are here. Oh, thank you. So the chia seeds, I usually, well, here it says you're gonna do 6 tablespoons of chia seeds. Kind of just, I just use my judgment. Yeah, that's good. And so chia seeds actually act as a, when it mixes with the water or milk, whatever you're using, it gels. So that's why we call it a pudding, right? Because we want that. I love pudding, right? So I want that type of consistency when I'm eating it. Now for the, let's see, oh, and then we have the milk. So it says about 1 cup or 2. It says 2 cups, but I think I want to make this a little thicker, but we'll see. Actually, there's a measuring right here. Measure 2. That's actually 2 cups. So let's see what that looks like. Probably gonna add more. You know what? I'm gonna add the 3rd banana because, like I said, I'm gonna double this. Don't be afraid of bananas. Bananas are good for you. They're prebiotics, which means that they feed your gut a good food for them to thrive. There we go. Okay. All right, this is on. And we're going to mix. See how it's a little thick here? That's what we kind of want.
Put a banana inside?
Say again?
Put 3 bananas.
I put 3 bananas, but that's because I increased, the serving. It says just 1, but I'm feeding you all, so I'm gonna add a little bit more milk. Just to give it a little bit. Okay. All right, mix that up again. Yeah, that's good. Okay, now let me grab one of these and just gonna move all of this. I am going to, and these are the knives that I was talking about my daughter uses. Now she's like, I'm old enough, I can use a regular knife. I'm like, well, then you need to make sure that you curl your fingers in right, because I have, and even though I know how to cut with the knife, I've had, when you're starting to think about something as you're making dinner, and all of a sudden you're like, oh no, I almost cut off half my thumb. So that was not fun, and you don't want that to happen. So use your judgment when you're. So all I'm doing is, and actually I'm only cutting this off because I'm feeding you guys, but I would actually leave that on because there's still nutrients in the green part, and it actually has a little bit of kind of like a minty taste. So if you don't mind, or unless everybody's like, no, don't put that on, I might leave some of them on, but it's up to you. I'm gonna cut them off, but if you say, hey, you know what, leave some on, I will. But yes, it's okay to eat the green part. And sometimes when I'm teaching a cooking class, especially to the students, and I just pop this right in my mouth, they're like, oh my God, I'm like, it's actually pretty good, you know? And then they'll try it, because they're like, oh, wait a minute, I gotta try this.
Just like eating salad.
No, you're talking to a person that eats salad all the time.
Oh, yeah. So then you'd be fine. You would be fine.
Yeah, but I know the difference.
You know the
Yeah,
you know, it's all about changing the mindset of food, really. That we actually, it's like leave no waste, right? They say leave no waste.
yeah.
And so if you can eat the whole thing, I mean, I think it's great. And you know, it's good for you. These strawberries look really good. I don't know, sometimes when I buy strawberries, they're not looking so good, but these strawberries actually look really good.
they
And-
do.
And Asha, actually, you bought this at the local, is it at the
Yeah,
local store?
Western Beef.
Western
You
Beach, which
just
is
bought
right
that
there.
from across the street? Alright, I have to go
So-
pick me up some.
Do you see, like, if we support
That looks
our local
real good.
grocery stores and we're purchasing this, they'll buy more of it, right? It's when we're not buying it and then they're, you know, we're not gonna
I
stock it up.
actually made a strawberry pineapple juice.
We wanna make sure
Real
that-
good.
We are supporting the fresh fruits and vegetables that are being imported to our stores, so. Okay, alright. Just cutting up this last one here. And I'm just cutting them up in just chunks or bite-sized pieces, if you will. Okay, here we go. Everybody gets a cup. And is everybody okay? I guess individually we can go, but I was just gonna put the chia seed mix with the granola,
Thank you. I want everything.
everything.
I want everything.
Okay, so then, okay.
No, I think you see how like this, like layer it right on top. And they supposed to put the like a gram on top.
Okay.
I want some more granola.
Who's next? Okay. Yes.
It feels like it's missing something.
Really?
Did you know?
Quiet the taste. Remember,
No.
take another sip.
Yes.
Did you get granola
Maybe
on top?
like if you would put the vanilla extract, then we need the.
Yeah, the vanilla extract.
The
The
vanilla
almond,
extract.
a little more almond extract, yeah.
A little bit
Flavor,
more almond.
give it a
Yeah,
flavor. To give it flavor.
to give it a little more like,
Yeah.
another kick,
Another kick.
you know?
I could.
No, it's okay though. but
Yeah,
it's
okay.
like when you put the strawberry with the strawberry,
I just want some more granola.
Okay, who's next?
I want more granola.
You want more?
Yeah, I would like some more granola, please.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I think if we have to
Yeah, I
make
want
sure.
No, I'm waiting.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
waiting.
yeah.
Yep, I'm waiting.
Okay.
Strawberry and granola.
This will be my first time tasting it. so-
Oh, wow.
Where's it go?
Sugar.
More
I know.
More
You
sugar
sugar,
too?
but
Mhm.
you like
Okay.
sweetness. That's what it was. The sweetness you like, so the brain.
Right, there you
Brain
go.
like it, if you like I said.
No, cause I eat
That
stuff
part.
like
See what
this.
happens? You see how?
Okay. So like
I
stuff
eat
that is
stuff like
sweet,
this,
right?
I eat oatmeal
So
and
right
stuff
now,
like
you
that.
get it sweet, the
But
brain is in it.
When you put,
Yes.
like,
When you
instead
start-
of eating the extra,
So true, cause if I taste this, I'm gonna probably think it's super
And
sweet.
this is healthy, and nobody will have
Yes.
Even I don't taste, nothing I don't taste, but that's the healthiest thing, when it's marinade, but you want to be healthy.
right, because it, no,
You have it on the hand, but to me it's good for you. You put all of it on, you give it a little sweet, you know.
I know that's, be doing her own thing.
Sound good?
You taste it without anything.
we're feeding the brain.
You're feeding the brain, exactly.
Yes.
Yes.
How do you make this at home?
Oh, I'm excited to taste it.
Exactly.
I am too, once I get some more granola.
See?
I have a question.
Yeah, you want the sweetness?
No, I just like granola. Yeah.
It'll thicken up. It'll just thicken up.
I juice, so I'm good. I do smoothies and stuff
Combine
like that,
better,
so I'm
yes,
good.
yes.
And we didn't really let it
I
sit.
just like to eat.
Wait, this is for, okay.
inside
Instead of
of
spoil,
it.
I was like, now I gotta go home and
But I'm
so I don't
No,
know
look,
that's something
yeah.
else to not.
No, look,
Oh, yeah.
it's inside.
They go around.
So guys, what's your thoughts?
Oh, I can't give you my thought yet. I want some more granola, please.
Oh, you want granola? Oh my gosh, okay.
Thank you.
Okay, yes.
That's what.
You know,
Can you turn it?
Oh, yeah.
Reduce. So I know what it really is.
That's fine.
That what?
Mhm.
I'm not kind of thing.
Oh.
We don't need to put a lot of sugar in our coffee, okay?
This is sweet to me.
this literally has no
It's
sugar.
sweet.
Wow.
Yeah, it tastes very sweet to me.
Really?
You're sweet to buy.
Remember, Tanner, we
Come on,
want to
put it
put
on
the
the
taste one.
Mhm.
The sweet but down there.
Could we get one for the principal?
Oh, yes, absolutely, let's do that.
See on the sweet.
Is that one open?
Yeah, make those nice and special.
I can make a little over.
I can imagine what's the crazy.
Who else, anybody else?
No, I'm sorry.
The principal. Is she next door?
I think her office is where we were on the third floor.
Downstairs.
Yeah. So what's happening is, if it's not, if you don't think that this is sweet, unfortunately, the taste,
Or
your taste buds.
maybe
Yeah.
to use the almond milk.
Almond milk will change it a little bit as well.
Yeah,
It'll change
like
the
that. I
flavor.
don't know, maybe because I'm used to drinking the almond.
Oh, you usually drink the almond milk?
No,
Okay.
when my daughter does these things, she puts almond in
She
it.
puts almond milk, yeah.
That's what my kids do.
That's probably why the taste bud is a little.
Yeah.
Yeah, cause that plant, that's like.
Yeah, it's pretty good, right?
Johnny used to drink the almond milk.
I'm gonna use the almond milk.
My nephew drinks almond milk, he can't drink
It
it.
has a flavor.
At least.
Yeah, so I think
No,
that's
I'm
why
gonna do it over now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it over.
I'm gonna do it with the
They do
almond
it
milk.
down.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do it over.
Okay.
It's good.
Another tip is usually when we eat this, we refrigerate it. So before we eat this, we refrigerate it for like either overnight
Yeah.
or for an hour. And then it'll thicken up and then
See,
all
that's
the
what I'm
flavors
talking about, yeah.
will
That sound better,
melt together.
yeah.
Yeah.
Not so loose, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what it says,
And the
let
cheese
it for
seeds
10
will
minutes
pop
or
up.
refrigerate
Yeah.
for an hour.
Cheese
You just let it stand, so, but it's, I think it's
Mhm.
So understand ladies, chia seed is incredibly high in fiber.
Mhm.
And what fiber does to you, it keeps you full.
Mhm.
So if you have something,
I hope so.
whether it's dinner or breakfast and inclusive of chia seed, it is gonna take you on a very long period of time when you're becoming hungry.
I hope so.
Oh, yeah.
Hmm?
So think about, this is a sample size, right? So if you go and make a big bowl, right? Like an actual
I hear
breakfast
you.
bowl.
My thing is that I have an appetite.
Oh, yeah.
I have a big
Oh,
appetite.
yeah.
And I do all like,
Mhm.
I do all these things to control
Yeah.
my appetite.
Yeah.
But give it about like 2 hours, I'm hungry. 2 or
Mhm.
3 hours, I'm hungry. And I keep myself busy, so it's not like I'm just sitting around and this is what I wanna do. No,
Mm.
my brain literally says it's time to eat.
Sounds like your metabolism is pretty fast. Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Yeah.
It is. That's
So,
why I said
by
I
the
hope
way-
so. I'm gonna take your advice
So she's a
and I'm gonna
nutritionist.
see.
You can
I'm gonna
have,
see.
you can have a.
Oh no, I
consultation.
made sure on my survey, I said recipes.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, I'm on it.
Okay.
I'm on it. I exercise all.
That's great.
I'm with all my. I got sons, so they juice, they do
Yes.
smoothies,
Oh, yeah.
they do
Yeah.
all this stuff too. So I do it as well
That's
too.
great. Yeah.
So I'm looking forward. Like I
Absolutely.
said, I got a little.
Yeah.
Any
Yeah.
questions about the recipe?
quick and easy.
Mm-hmm.
It's quick, easy, and you can also change it up, like, if you wanna add another, like, my daughter loves mango, so we would make this
Oh,
into a
you
mango.
do?
Yeah.
I love mangoes. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
I'm gonna go home and make this.
Yeah.
Tonight.
No, that I just sent this to my daughter-in-law. I just did this to my daughter-in-law, because my granddaughter, she eats like this,
Yeah.
cause she allergic to a lot of
Yeah.
stuff,
Mhm.
so she eats like this.
That's great.
So, I just passed it, you know, you said share, right?
Absolutely, that's all I.
That's the whole idea.
When you leave here, you have to tell at least one person about this workshop and what you learned and the food that you tried and that you are looking to improve your health. Here's what I learned. Try it. That's all you need to do. And like I said, there's more recipes. If, you know, we can always come back and do more recipes. I can show you how to do a lot of stir fries as well. This was something that was just
I like
super
that
quick
too.
and easy.
I like stir fry too.
I'll reach out to the principal so we can do some more workshops with Ms. Danielle. And if you guys have ideas on certain things that you guys may want to experience from us, please feel free to talk to Ms. Ellis, Ms. Mellis.
Miss M.
Yes, so we can connect. You know, we're all about helping the community and helping each other.
And the kids, of course, right?
And I have a suggestion.